Okay, hello, my name is Carolina and we are here at the Purple Valley Yoga Center together with Laruga, and we are working our way through the third series, reaching posture number 5, yeah? Which is the most, I would say, one of the more difficult postures.
Yeah.
The leg behind the head
Yes.
sequence, yeah. Very difficult for me.
So we'll take a look at Bhairvasana. This is really doing a side plank with the leg behind the head, so it can be quite tricky. So I'll go ahead and demonstrate, just talking through a few points, and then we'll discuss further. So we'll go into downward facing. Once again, entering it into the pose just as we have done before. So inhale, taking the leg to the outside. Exhale, leg behind the head. And then from here, lifting up first, and then taking the leg back, bringing the right hand to center, and then rotating out to come into a side plank. It's 5 breaths here. Back leg staying very strong. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, arm down. Inhale, exhale, hand down. Inhale, coming through. Exhale, jumping back. Upward facing. Downward facing. Second side, left side. Inhale. Really getting the leg behind secure. Inhale, lifting up. Taking the left hand to center, opening up. Looking up toward the fingertips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, exhale. Hand to the floor. Inhale. Exhale. So with Bhairvasana, it can be very, very tricky. I think if you have a little bit of issue getting the leg behind the head securely, it's good to take a little bit of extra time to really loosen up the hip joint and really methodically get the leg behind, because when you go into the side plank position, there's a tendency that the head will, or the leg will start to slip a little bit. So I find it really important to take maybe a little bit extra few breaths if needed to really get the leg behind so it feels quite secure. Whenever the leg is behind my head and I do Bhairvasana, I really make sure that leg stays nice and active. I'm really pointing the toes, again, so it maintains in a secure place. Again, the back leg needs to stay very strong and very firm. Again, that's one reason why this particular posture is in the advanced series. You have to manage many, many elements in one pose. At this point in time, we're ready for that. We're ready for that challenge. But it can be rather tricky to really maintain all these different gears that we're working in a very complex pose. The drishti is looking up toward the fingertips. I find that when I really turn the head, looking up, that also tends to help keep the leg secure behind the head as well. So lots of things happening in this particular pose, and if there's any questions, maybe we cover a few things.
Yeah, well, first I think it's amazing that you can talk in it when you are in the posture, because for me it's basically about being able to breathe.
Yes, yes.
So when I'm in the posture, I feel that my whole front is collapsing a lot, and it's like, you know, I'm trying to create more space between my lower hip bone and my rib.
Yeah.
not lower hip bone, but the hip bone and my lower rib. But it's like it's completely stuck. And is that because of my leg, that it somehow is too high up?
It could be. I think, like I mentioned before, I think it's not that you'll have to do this forever when you practice this, but if you spend a little extra time to really get the legs secure, it'll be quite worthwhile. Because it's when you start to go to the side, a lot of things can happen that can throw us off if we didn't get the leg behind quite secure.
Yeah, because what is happening is this sinking, or this, the much less space in the front, and then my head is stuck. So basically, I can't even turn it up.
Yes.
And I think this is something that is when I have been observing other practitioners that are doing the same posture, that are not as used to it as you are, I see the same kind of tendencies, basically, or limitations in it.
Yeah,
it's this rotation that is missing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my recommendation is really get the back leg in the right position, and get a lot of energy through the groundedness of the back foot, draw it up through the leg, and you have to be so firm with that back leg so you can actually lay back and press back. Now it seems a bit scary because if you go back too fast too soon, then you feel like you fall back, right? So there's a lot of balance points here, but I find I keep that back foot really, really firm, but you have to lay back a bit and then allow the rotation to happen, around the spinal column. Because a lot of times what I see is people aren't as firm in the back leg, and then they tend to be hunched forward this way, and then the neck here, and then they're looking up like this, instead of getting this pushed back in one line, right? Because I really try to keep, all that open, and then I lay back a bit, and then my head can just kind of rotate. But again, my leg also feels quite secure behind my neck too.
So basically it is a development from Vishvamitrasana, Vasishtasana, and then you are coming to this posture.
Yeah. But it's a very, very, very tricky pose, especially if you feel that the leg starts to pull and come a little bit up, and then it starts to push down on the head.
So it's all about getting the leg as far down as possible and then trying to enter the posture.
Yeah. And if you need to, as you're coming around, if you have to kind of readjust and bring if you can get that coordination going without, mismanaging what's happening below. Also, if you have to readjust that a little bit, that can help. And then just getting the head to rotate. But that's, again, if the leg is back behind enough, you can really rotate and look upward without it feeling like it's coming down on you. Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes when I've been doing it, I have basically been coming into the asana, and then I'm using my hand to take my leg a little bit further up or further down, and then I stay there with the hand just so I can find that rotation of the head.
Yeah. And that's something you can do for a while. When I'm quite open, I don't have to ever readjust, but sometimes we just need to, on certain days, because it doesn't feel very comfortable when it's pulling on or pushing on the head. So.
Okay. Good. Thank you so much. Good.